We're going to start right back up with Coach Petrino. Coach's video. We can get you to start your video and unmute. We'll start going through the process. Again, the chat is there. My email I'm going to put in here just in case you guys wanted recordings of these sessions. And then in the Sideline Power guys, if you guys want to put your information in that area too, we can get going. I know Coach Petrino had his video up here a second ago.
Oh, no, I haven't clicked on it yet.
There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then what about your, do you have a video from your computer on you yourself?
Not on me.
Not on you. All right. That sounds good.
It's, for some reason, you don't have it on me. I mean, I'm in here. I don't know why it's not working. Should I do the start my video?
Yep. That'd be perfect.
All right, there it is. So
Beautiful.
I got to get it right because I can't sit down and do it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm used to standing up and moving around. So, it's great to be here. I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, great to have you, Coach. And since you're already standing, ready to go, I'm going to let you fire away. How about that? Okay,
that sounds great. Hope everybody's safe out there. You know, certainly some weird times that we have with this pandemic going on. It gives us some challenges, some new things we have to adjust to and adapt to. But we got to try to take care of it and do it the best that we can. Certainly for our team, it's been different, especially when you have not ever seen them practice one snap. But what we've been doing is meeting with them, really trying to go back through and teach and do the installs as if we are practicing. We also do scripts and then go through the scripts as if it is a practice. So we're trying to do the best that we can. And then as a staff, we've been working hard on game planning. But on my year off last year, I ended up writing a book. It's called Inside the Pocket. I think we did a pretty good job with it. Joe Metzger was an old high school coach from O'Fallon, Nevada, Fallon, Missouri, helped me with it. I met Joe when I was out recruiting a long time ago, stayed in touch with him, and he ended up becoming a doctorate of psychology and kept asking me about writing a book, so I agreed to it. So a lot of this, most all of this actually is in the book. I'm going to talk about the quick passing game. I think the number one thing when you talk about the quick passing game always is how does your quarterback execute the game? So the first thing we really work on is the understanding that our quarterbacks have basically two different drops. If I'm under the center, it's a 3-step drop. If I'm in gun, it's a 2-step drop. So if I'm a right-handed quarterback, under the center, I go right, left, right. And out of gun, I go left, right. And then we have two types of throws. You have to be able to get the ball out as soon as your back foot hits the ground on quick hitches, quick outs, things that are on time. And then when you're going to allow the receiver to work in a hook route, an option route, a slant, then you've got to be able to sit on that back foot and then get the ball out. So we work really hard on those techniques with our quarterback. So, a lot of this is just the writing from the book. I kind of go through it. I'm not going to read through it. I'm just going to talk in the way I would talk and coach it. But I do believe that each quarterback is a little bit unique. So like the 2-step drop out of gun where you sit on it and throw the ball. We had a young man at Arkansas named Ryan Mallett that just didn't like it. He didn't feel comfortable with it when we threw option routes. He always felt like, he was sitting there and getting flat-footed, and he had big feet anyway. He had size 15 feet. So we allowed him to take a 3-step drop. So he went 3 steps, sat on it, made a quick release, and did a really good job of executing that. So I do think that, half of the book is about how to take care of the quarterback and how to get a great relationship with the quarterback. But I do think that they're individual. And you got to change certain things for each guy and really understand what it is that they do best. I've never been this is the way you're going to do it, and no matter what. I think you got to coach them as an individual and let them experience different things and try different things, and then come up with an understanding, and then get consistent with it, because you have to get consistent with your footwork to be accurate when you throw the ball. Okay. As far as the quick game goes, it first started out as when we were a really, really good running team, 2 back, 2 tight end running team. The first way that we utilized the quick game was to take advantage of one-on-one matchups. So when teams had to defend you by dropping a safety down, whether to the weak side or the strong side, it was all designed to take advantage of that one-on-one matchup, whether we were throwing hitch, fade, slant to the single receiver side or to the 2 receiver side, or a combination of a Y hook to one side, hitch, fade, or slant to the other. And we had some belief that nobody could cover our wide receivers one-on-one. We worked extremely hard on our technique, beat and press, so we could throw fades for touchdowns, and our guys did a great job of executing that. Then it evolved a little bit as far as for the quarterback and what we call a combo read, and our quarterbacks like this at every place I've ever been. They like this, and what that means is that if it's 1 high, I'm reading it to my left, say, and if it's 2 high, I'm reading it to my right. So basically what you have is a 1 high beater to one side and a 2 high beater to the other. The quarterbacks get really good and comfortable at it. The receivers understand what we're doing, and you get the timing right. And, I think our quarterbacks understand, even if they do bring pressure, okay, and blitz, and that's what the quick game is for, that I can get the ball out of my hand and have the ability to make big plays. So that was the second part of it. And then the third part of it is to create mismatches and take advantage of a way to get my best receiver against a linebacker, whether it's an inside or outside linebacker, or a nickel, or a free safety / strong safety. Someone that's at best, I always tell our quarterback, at best, he's their third best cover guy. All right, that's if it's the nickel or maybe the free safety, but we can motion, shift, formation, and try to create mismatches and get our best receivers on linebackers is what you'd really like. But if they do match you a little bit, then it'd be on the nickel or free safety. So we'll just get started. One of the things we like, first of all, this is in the old terminology, we would have called this doubles right, Lima 90 double hook. So on the outside, we have a 5-step hitch where we're going 3 long, 2 short, and it should get us to 6 yards past the football. All right. If I get press, all our receivers should say, I convert to a fade for a touchdown. If I ask the quarterback, what does the receiver do versus press? He should say he converts to a fade for a touchdown. I want the mindset to be that when they press us and we call a hitch, we're going to convert it to a fade for a touchdown. The inside receivers have a hook route. In the quick game, the hook routes are at 5 yards. And what a hook route is, and they should describe it exactly like this, is that I'm going to attack the nearest leverage of the defender, and I'm going to hook in, hook out, or break out. They cannot break in on a hook route. So that's why you see those arrows coming downhill at a 45-degree angle, and then the breakout at a 90-degree angle. So this is a mirrored pattern. We run it to both sides. It's a good tempo play. A lot of times a quarterback, if he sees too high, he'll see where the most tucked in linebacker is and read it that way. So something we've had a lot of success with. We can start the video here and show a few clips of video. So the first one we come out here, we got shot doubles right. This would be Lima protection. And then we call it 90 double hook. Or you can give it a code word and go faster. But see the quarterback going left, right. This is a hit and break my hands and throw the ball. So he gets the ball out of his hands. The receiver does a nice job on his route, pumping his arms, getting exactly to 6 yards, catch the ball, right there, what we want to understand is where is he when I left him? So I would prefer to see him tight turn and go inside here, okay? So we always work with somebody out there when we throw it on air, and he needs to know where is he when I left him so I know which way to tight turn. Now, we've had some receivers that were great at dipping out, going back in, or dipping in and spinning back out. But we want at least 10 yards on these plays. So it's a 6-yard completion, at least 4 yards after the catch. We're even better when we turn it into bigger than that. All right. Here we go again, doubles left. This would be what we call fox protection. So the running back's going to line up one side, but his keys to the other side. So it'd be a fox, rose, 90 double hook. Now what he saw here was basically just the uncovered slot receiver. Not sure why they were in that like that. But he could take the hitch into the boundary, no problem. But he saw the tucked in uncovered receiver and decided to put the ball on the hook route. Again, let's watch Lamar's technique here a little bit. Left, right, good job on the quick release. We're always talking about quick release, being able to snap my wrist and get the ball out quick and be accurate with the throw. I think my feet are what allow me to be accurate with the throw. All right. Here's a different quarterback. This would be a thunder formation to us, 12 personnel. So we got thunder right, rose, and this is again is the 90 double hook, converts to a fade up top. He does a nice job on the throw, getting the ball outside. And again, this is where we go up high and catch the football. I like the receiver's footwork. We always talk about tap, tap, stick on my footwork. So I'm getting after him, tap, tap, stick. Accelerate, run what we call the red line into the field. The red line is the bottom of the numbers. So he has to stay vertical on the bottom of the numbers. All right. So it's a really nice job on the execution. Good confidence by the quarterback, knowing exactly where he was going and getting the ball out with the right timing. Again, you can see his footwork, left, right. Normally, sometimes you have to sit on that, but you have to get your eyes there. I guess that is Lamar in there. Got to get your eyes there and make sure we get the ball out on time for the receiver. Good job going and high pointing the ball. All right. Here it is out of a 4-wide look. This would be 4 wides. Again, a rose protection. So the line's working to the right, the running back's to the left. And we see a nice job on the hitch route. I don't like the tight turn. I think we need to get more yards than that. Again, what I would like to see him understand right there at the top of it is that the corner's inside of me. So I'm going to make this catch and tight turn outside, dip my shoulder and spin and go get the first down. So I didn't like the job the receiver did of running with the ball after the catch. All right, the next thing that we do, and this would be one of our combo plays. All right, sorry about that. I need to pause it. So this would be one of our combo plays. So to the right, we're running 90, which is a hitch to us, converts to a fade. The tight end has a seam as tight as he can over his alignment. All right. This hook is there because if we get an outside linebacker that buzzes the flat, then he converts it to a hook. So we call it a seam hook. So that allows us to the quarterback, if he's going to throw the hitch and someone buzzes the flat, he has a place to go right there to his side. We put that in probably just about 4 years ago. On the opposite side, we have what we call an option route. Okay, on an option route now, the receiver can go in, out, or over the top for a touchdown. All right, so he has to have great get off. That's the first part of an option route is great get off. Again, go attack the leverage. I need to know man or zone, so I can break in, I can break out, or I can take it over the top or run like a slant when it's man coverage. The quarterback has to give the receiver the right. It takes a lot of work, but it's one of the most successful things we've done over the years. Outside, we have what we call a protect fade. Okay, what that means is he must outside release. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He has to outside release. He also understands if I'm getting pressed, I run that fade for a touchdown. If I'm getting pressed here, I run the fade for a touchdown. All right. So here, let's look at it. So here we have, this was just to get a matchup. So this is our best hitch fade runner. Okay. So to get the tight end to him, we had to line up in this formation. We had to call it spread left move. And then the tight end would be to our best hitch fade runner, and the option route would be to the other side. So that's why we had the movement. And I believe in mismatches. I believe in what I call FTS, which means feed the studs, get the ball to your best players. And that's what we were doing here. And now as he lines up there, he's thinking I'm running a fade. Okay, so anytime the cornerback is within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, I'm running a fade route unless he turns his butt to the sideline and bails. And then I run the hitch. That rule has kind of been good for us and certainly gives them a strict, this is what I do versus bail. All right. So you can see him come off here, 3 long, 2 short, nice throw, nice tight turn. That's what you want to see right there is the tight turn, catch the ball, tight turn, go get yards after the catch. Okay. I always want the quarterback, particularly in practice, in 7-on-7 or anything that you do, after I make that completion, I need to scan the play. And I don't really talk to him about it during the game, but always in practice. So if this was practice, I would want him to catch, throw the ball, see him make the catch, and then scan back to the other side to see what my option route did. All right. It also makes them see if I pop back to the other side. Because there's been times we work a pop back drill where I think I'm going to throw the hitch over here. It's not there. I pop back and go right now there. So we want to always work on that. That's a really nice job of catch and run after the catch. And I've always believed you don't throw enough hitches, and the combos have allowed you to call more hitches. Okay, our doubles into the boundary. So we put our slot receiver into the boundary. We got hitch, he bails. It's another nice job of finishing the route. Run right up the back of him, make a good stop. So he could have took the hitch to the field. He liked this. This was their will linebacker tucked in. And he does a nice job on the catch and run after the catch. This is Lamar's freshman year, and his footwork is horrible. You know, this is when he just is hopping around, not doing anything that we work on every day. And, you know, that's the deal with young quarterbacks is to be able to take the drills that you do to practice, to teamwork, to the game. And it's a progression, and it takes discipline and then muscle memory. And he just didn't have it here at a young age. And it hurts you. It hurts your timing, and there it hurts your accuracy. Okay, here's one here that we just got a turnover. It's a nice call after a turnover. We go Fox Lima, 90 gray. And here, watch the footwork here. Okay, you got tap, tap, stick, run the red line. Does a nice job staying vertical. The quarterback puts it right over his shoulder. And this is when we say run fade for a touchdown. All right. Up top now, you got to learn from this up top. When we get press man a lot, what we like to do is come off the ball, tap, tap, stick, dive inside, throw him by, and break back out. This is probably the hardest look to run an option route against. A lot of times we'll signal a stab route, which you'll see here in just a minute. But here he's going to try to go inside, throw him by, and break out, and the guy grabs him. So it probably wouldn't get the call anyway because they don't call pass interference much. But at least he's doing what we were coaching and working on. Okay. Watch the footwork here, left, right. Doesn't have to sit on it too long, but he does a nice job keeping his shoulders over his hip. He's in great body position right there. Makes a really nice follow through. And the one thing you got to be careful of your quarterbacks there is de-accelerating their arm. It's really important that they do a great job of accelerating their arm through the follow through. Otherwise, the ball floats and doesn't turn over. And we work hard on getting the point to turn over and dropping out of the sky. All right, here it is out of empty. So out of empty down here on the bottom, we'll have the 90. So we go 90 down here. So he's got hitch, seam, hitch, and there's your option route. He's got an outside release, protect seam, protect fade. They're bringing pressure. The quarterback's got to go left, right, get the ball out of his hand. It's a good job by the quarterback, and it's really close to being a touchdown here. He didn't finish his route. I think that's the reason why we didn't get more yards and score. He just runs a 3-step. That's as bad as hitch as you can run, and that's a really good NFL player that makes a ton of money. But he didn't run the route right there, or he might have got a touchdown on it. So he's strong, really hard to tackle guy too. Name's Devontae Parker. He just signed a new big contract with the Miami Dolphins. So the quarterback knows we can't pick them all up. They're bringing 6, and he knows I got to get the ball out. And I think he does a good job of making a decision where he's going and getting it out. All right. If we were going to scan the play, all right, because that's something I really truly believe in. So let's scan the play afterwards and when you're coaching the quarterback and see what we would have for the option route. Comes off the ball hard, breaks out. I would just have to be accurate. I'd be able to get a lot of big yards and plays there. Okay. So the quarterbacks might say in the meeting, well, what one should I take? Should I take the hitch or the option route? Okay. I would say it comes down to personnel. I have no problem with you taking this hitch because this is the best player on our team right there. I have no problem with you going to the option route because at best, that's their 4th best cover guy, the boundary safety. So watch the matchup with the boundary safety. And then you just got to be accurate so we get yards after the catch. But you got to know the pressure's coming, make a decision, use the right footwork, and stick with it. Don't try to go from one side to the other versus man coverage. Okay, the next one is sometimes called, a lot of times signaled. So you come up, you call 90 gray, which we just had, and they play cover 11 Y. We call it 11 Y if the drop safety has our Y. All right. So now I'm going to change this to a stab route, which is the inside fade. His aiming point is the top of the numbers. All right. And outside, we're going to either run a hitch or a slant, or actually it's a 5-yard in route. It's a kind of a bad diagram there, depending on the corner's technique. Quarterback always does have to hold the safety, key the corner, and know what that corner's doing. All right, you can't just throw the ball here and let the corner back up and pick it off. So his key is the corner if he goes to that side. Okay, this is kind of a different one because this was special. We put the play into the boundary. We said if 26 comes into the boundary with you, go at him. He's one of the best tacklers we faced that year, but he was not a cover guy. So this was just a specific play just put on here to show you the stab route. All right, so watch the inside receiver's got to go attack him because he's off, step on his toes with his left toe, run right through that shoulder so that he has to be perfect. He does a nice job chopping his left hand. And again, bad footwork by the quarterback, and we were lucky we get a touchdown because it wasn't a very good job. Freshman years are hard on quarterbacks. Okay, but that was a really good job by James Quick on the play. So look at Lamar's footwork. A lot of times on this now, here's what our quarterbacks will do. If I have the stab route into the boundary, a lot of times they'll take 2 steps. If I have the stab route to the field, some of them like to take 3 steps. So it takes a little bit longer to the field on making a decision, and the ball can be in the air longer. So, but again, this is Lamar's freshman year, and you see mistakes. And I like to put mistakes on teaching tapes so that other quarterbacks can learn from them. Not always just great plays. All right, here's one where we go 90, stab, and they bail and play zone. Now I just got to live with that hitch right there. And I thought he did a really nice job taking it. I don't like the throw. I don't like him to come back. You have to come back to the ball because we lost 2 yards right there because of the throw brought him back. All right. Now this was prior to us running the seam hook. This is one of the reasons we put the seam hook in, is if this guy buzzes the flat, then he would hook out. So right there now, he should hook out. Okay, here's the 90 stab again. This one was probably called from the press box. The difference in the safeties. Let's watch the release by W here. Not a whole lot to it. He's got a lot of speed. He made a mistake though. Okay, this is why it's on here. He made an error. His aiming point is the top of the numbers. He gets to the top of the numbers, it's possibly a touchdown. Okay, there you see Tyler taking a 3-step drop out of the gun. It's really a nice catch, but not a good job on the route, and really not a great throw. Okay, he's trying to hold the safety right there. So he's trying to keep the safety in the middle, and then as he turns, he's got to key the corner and make sure the corner stays on the outside receiver. Okay. It was a really nice job of standing in and getting the ball out. This rush guy on the back is not a great matchup. That's Clowney on our running backs, why our quarterback got hit. But some of us on the quarterback because he changed the protection. He turned it into a slide protection and put the running back there for no reason. There's no reason to have slide protection there. So it's not a pressure. Okay, come back here on the other side. Here's one that is really a nice job. He gets the guy pressuring. So he goes, attacks the safety, and then runs right by him to the right aiming point, top of the numbers. That gives the quarterback a place to throw the ball. It's also a really nice job down here on the bottom with the X. So if I didn't have it, I have the 5-yard incoming. And then the difference in this play is it's blue Y stab. So up here we have a fade 6-yard out. It's not 90 stab. So it was just a signal to one side after the play was called. Nice fade, nice, great catch. All right, the next play we have, and I really put this on here. A lot of times this is a combo call. So we'll go blue to one side, gray, stab, double slant, diagonal slant, whatever you really like over here. All right, but in 2 minute, you're going to see a lot of cover 2. All right, so when you get to 2 minute, you call this to mirror it to both sides. If they aren't in cover 2, then we would hand signal to one side a different play. But what we're going to do against cover 2 is the quarterback's going to hold the safety, key the corner. All right, we're going to outside release and get vertical so I can hit a hole shot. Our hole shots, we throw it to the top of his helmet between 12 and 15 yards. And if I have to slow him down, I slow him down. Okay, and then we're going to run a 6-yard out with the inside receiver. Like I said, this one's drawn up as a mirror to both sides. He has to go outside, so this is a bad diagram. Okay, you have to go outside the corner. You cannot release inside of them. Anytime the inside receiver is breaking out, you must force an outside release. And sometimes if the corner wants to jam you all the way out of bounds, you would throw the blue. Okay, so it's always depth and width of the corner, not just depth. If he keeps his hands on him and jams him, tries to run him out of bounds, we're still throwing the blue. If he sinks, throwing the blue. If he squats, we're throwing the whole shot. Okay. This was, I think, 2 minutes before half. Don't really like the route because I want to run out of the break. When I have an off corner, what I want to do is run right over the top of them. All right, run right over the top of them. We get more yards after the catch. Again, they got pressure coming. He does a nice job by the quarterback getting his hips up and over here. See his hips go up and over. Good transfer of the weight. And then a nice job running after the catch. Okay, if we go back and mirror it, let's say I'm reading it the other side. How does it look on the other side? I'd have to be accurate with the throw, probably try to get the ball on his body. All right, throw the ball on his body. Watch Lamar's footwork, left, right. He needs to close his left shoulder more. This was one of his issues. It's still probably one of his issues. Throwing the ball outside to his right, he doesn't close his left shoulder enough. So the ball stays inside a little bit. We get him to close his left shoulder more, then the ball will be accurate. We'll get more yards after the catch. Most quarterbacks, you have to really work drills on closing that left shoulder, rocking the left shoulder closed. Okay, this was last play of the game. And we called 97 blue. He had press corner. So he said, I'm going to throw a fade for a touchdown. We're actually trying to get to the 22-yard line to kick a field goal to win the game. All right, or tie the game. I can't remember which one it was, but we were thinking field goal. And the spot was 22-yard line. All right. But what he saw was the press. He had confidence in the receiver. Makes a great throw and a great catch for a nice touchdown to end the game. Let's watch his footwork. Left, right. He moves his feet a little bit. I'd like to see him just sit on it. He does a great job on the release. Throw a fade for a touchdown to win the game. Interesting game. You know, we were ranked very high in top 10 at the time. There was nobody in the end zone during most of the game until the fourth quarter. They were winning. The whole end zone filled up. Okay. Got a few guys flipping us off there. Right here. Kind of fun. Good way to end the game. Throw a fade for a touchdown to win the game. All right, this is right at the end of half. Again, I got to hold that safety, key the corner. Hold the safety, key the corner. I like to make the quarterback say that to me. There's the whole shot, quick tuck, touchdown. This, you know, these plays I'm showing have survived the overtime. They've been really good plays overtime. Bread and butter plays. All right. I wish we wouldn't have got caught on this one. So watch this. They're supposed to be in cover 2. This safety blows the coverage. He doesn't go to the half. We'd have read it up top at an easy touchdown. All right. Here he throws the whole shot into the boundary, cut back behind the safety. That happens a lot on this play. Unfortunately, though, he caught us. The game ended with the ball on the 1-yard line. We just had to score to win the game. Here's another cover 2-minute drive to win the game. We were going fast. They didn't get lined up very fast. Hold the safety, key the corner. That makes it an easy decision there on the whole shot. He didn't even get his hands on him. Drives the ball hard. It's a really nice job by Ryan. Left, right, drive it. Good job cutting back inside of the safety. Touchdown to win the game. I guess that's why I like to play in 2-minute drive so much. We've had a lot of success winning games with it. Here's another one at the end of the half. There, the corner is going to ride him, drive him out of bounds. You throw the easy 6-yard out, get as much as you can, get out of bounds. And one of the things we do in 2-minute is if I catch the ball on or outside the numbers, I get as much as I can and get out of bounds. If I catch the ball between the numbers, I just go get as much yards as I can. I don't want to run sideways and worry about getting out of bounds. I want to go get yards. We call that our numbers rule in 2-minute. Lamar left, right. So we work this drill a lot. We do a lot of 2-man routes when we throw routes, where we split the quarterbacks to one side and to the other, and we mirror the routes, and they work a read. So here we would put a safety back there, a corner there. You hold the safety, look right at him, key the corner, make the right throw. That's one of our route periods once a week. This is out of empty. Again, they're bringing everybody. We can't block them all. He knows exactly where he's going. He knows it's man coverage. He gets left, right, ball out quick. One of the things he does well is look how quick that release is. Touchdown. So running the same plays out of different formations, certainly one of the things we believe in our philosophy. Okay. There's another one where he throws the fade. This was a matchup. Again, this is Devontae Parker down here with a press corner, blitz 0. All right. Most of the time, we wouldn't go to that. We would work this option or this out route and throw the ball there. But that being Devontae, that being Kyle, who was a backup quarterback who came in, worked this all the time. He knew right where he was going, gave him a chance to go up and make the catch. So it's a great throw. And not a lot of guys could elevate with him. Not a very good job by our running back in protection. Got to do a better job in protection. It's a good job giving the receiver a chance. Good job on the high elevation catch. I'm going to go to a different one. All right, this is a play that we use a lot out of 3x1 speed trips play. It's very similar for the quarterback to what we just saw. So at 97, now he has a seam. He's got the 6-yard out versus single high. We're going to hold this safety, key the strong safety. It is a play we like a lot versus blitz from the field. And then the tight end is going to run a drag. So in this particular look, the call would have been Fox, Liz Y, 97, or excuse me, Fox, Liz, 97 wide drag. Lost my throat. Okay, again, out of empty now. You go 97, wide drag, so I'm keying him. They're running the backside Sam linebacker to the middle of the field. So it's really, not a lot of reading going on there. I think Lamar knew exactly where he was going with the ball. It was a good job on the timing and accuracy of the throw. Receiver just has to throw his hands up to his face mask, dip his left shoulder. You got to really work hard on him dipping their left shoulder and getting down the sideline. Very well executed. Good speed on the route, good speed on the throw. There he did a better job of closing his left shoulder than the one we saw earlier. Getting out of empty. Man coverage again. So they go blitz 0 and the quarterback just beats the pressure. And when Lamar was young, he liked to know where that receiver was going. As he got older, he liked to give him an option route and let him make a decision as he went. But that's a nice, accurate throw, makes it look easy. You'd like to see the receiver score there. Running after the catch is something that you have to work hard at. So here it is out of trips. So I would be holding him so I can throw the seam, keying him. Okay. Out, drag. Real simple progression. Very sound. The only thing I don't like it against is man-free coverage. We usually would change it. We have an alert to man-free and get to what we call a triple slant. Kyle didn't read much here. He just got the ball and threw it to the tight end. So it's not really the progression read you would want. Okay, here's another one versus cover 3 where we throw the seam shot. It's a little bit deep. We get lucky with it, although he's playing deep too. But most of the time you want to complete this between 18 and 21 yards. So hold, key, 1-1-3 is how I say it. I always say both the seam and the out are number 1, and that's number 3 coming on the drag. Out to empty again. This is something you don't want to see your receiver do. As he runs his out, catch the ball. He does not have to turn like that. All right, running backs and receivers, when the ball's thrown on your back number, you don't want to turn to catch the ball. It cuts down on all your run after the catch. He just needs to open his hips, keep his shoulder going to the sideline, catch the ball in his hands, and then dip his shoulder and run down the sideline. When you pivot catch on that, you lose all kinds of yards. To make it an easy read, because he's in man coverage. This was the first play of that 2-minute drive. I thought it was a really nice job by the quarterback understanding the Mike linebacker added on for no apparent reason. Get the ball to tight end. Tight turn versus zone. All right, this is really good by our tight end here. If it's man coverage, he's going to try to run to the sideline and sprint as hard as he can. If it's zone, I got to get north and south, tight turn, go vertical, and go get yards and run with it. Okay? I think it's just an excellent job. This is always on our teaching tape for run after the catch on understanding man and zone and tight turn vertical, accelerator. You know, we do what we call a north-south drill where we put a tunnel there with guys holding shields to work on it. But this is where the drill work shows up in the game video, which is great to see. DJ Williams won the Mackey Award for the best tight end in the country that year.
10 minutes, Coach.
Okay. That goes by fast, doesn't it? Let's go to a different play then. Well, first, let's see this one. Here's another seam throw for a touchdown. Again, personnel-wise, in this game, we put him at number 2 because of his ability to elevate and go. We knew that the seam was going to be open. That safety didn't go a long way up top to the middle, but Tyler is a rep guy, muscle memory guy, and he can really wing it, man. He could throw it in there on anything. That was just a great job. This would be on the quick tuck tape for the receivers. You got to quick tuck the ball, and it's a great job on quick tucking the ball. All right, now this we like versus what we call trio coverage, where the corner's man, and these 3 guys are playing 3 on 2 against these 2 receivers. So basically what we do is run a wheel route here, and we key this nickel. If he sits, we look post to wheel. All right, if he runs with it, we look 6-yard out to drag. So if you're getting cover 3, you're on the 97 wide drag. If you're getting trio coverage, then you get as quick as you can to this play. You get out empty again. Like I said, we utilize a lot of different formations with the same plays. So there's the wheel. The only thing he doesn't do a good job of here versus press, you have to outside release to run the post. Again, you're going to see run after the catch. So here it is versus Auburn. We're reading there. He didn't go anywhere. All right. So now my progression, if I was reading where I'm supposed to be, I would look post to wheel. He's got to get a little wider on the wheel. But you can see from the end zone, this was kind of like that other play. He just looked at the tight end and threw him the ball. He didn't go through the progression. Yeah, that's a hard one for the quarterback to explain in the meeting when you ask him, what are you doing there? Tell me what you're looking at. Now tell me what you're supposed to be looking at. So here it is up on top, wheel, start out, drag. Not sure why he didn't feel comfortable throwing that out. Looks like he has it for a touchdown. Something spooked him off of it. He does do a nice job of running, getting positive yards. He's not Lamar Jackson. So what you ask him to do is get me 4, 6 yards and make it 2nd and 4, 2nd and 6. And then 2nd and 4 and 6 are a lot easier to call than 2nd and 10. Okay, now we look at our mismatches. These are option routes out of all kinds of different formations. Probably have to end it after this. And this is where you create the mismatches. All right, being able to motion to it, create mismatches, being able to line up in trips, Roy, create mismatches. And again, we said in, out, over the top, right? The guy to the field, his over the top always happens when there's split safeties. The guy in the boundaries over the top usually happens when the safety moves from here to the middle. We didn't practice that as much as we should have. But here you can see the Z receiver, he's lined up and he's thinking, I'm taking this over the top for a touchdown. That's his mind thought right there. All right. So the quarterback gets the ball snapped and he's got to look at this safety. All right. He's going to look at this safety and then pop back and see what happens there, whether he's going in, out, or over the top. But he knows I have to hold this safety. So that's 94Y. So we're mirroring it here and Y. If you wanted to run the Y on a seam, you could go all go Z option. Or you could web 90 gray and run him on a hitch and him on a seam. You know, because I do get nervous and nobody really holding him. But the quarterback did a nice job of it. And then one of the things when we throw the ball on seams and posts is we always talk about hit helmets, score touchdowns. Hit helmets, score touchdowns. So I want the strike point to be on the helmet. It's the easiest ball for them to catch. He puts it right on his helmet. A good job of quick tuck and getting yards after the catch. Right there, you got to get 2 hands on the ball and cover it up. When you get caught from behind, do a drill where you get caught from behind. You got to get both hands on the ball, especially to your tight ends. They seem to always get caught from behind. All right. So here the quarterback's working the protection. All right. We got 2 great matchups. We got a linebacker and a linebacker, option route with the great receiver, option route with the great receiver. Okay, watch this route here. Come off the ball. All right. Tack his leverage in, out, over the top, and I need to know if the middle's open. So he knows right now the middle's open. So we'd like to catch the ball moving, not stopped. The middle's closed, then I got to stop and hook. But when the middle's open, we'd like to get close, come off his shoulder, get open, catch the ball, and get yards after the catch. Force the outside release, even jammed him out of bounds. But you have no choice. You have to force the outside release. Up top, you got to force the seam. Nice job running after the catch, Jay Wright. Okay, this is where we see the in, out, over the top. So I'm this receiver into the boundary right there, just inside the 50-yard line. I'm looking, first guy inside of me, first guy over me, safety. I'm thinking I got a touchdown right here. That's his mind thought right there. I got a touchdown over the top. So the quarterback's going to hold him, look to throw the touchdown. I'm a little surprised he didn't throw it there. I think he must have saw the corner. Saw the corner cheat back. So he threw the ball outside, and he's had a lot of success with number 7 throwing that ball. For some running backs, you might not make that throw. You know, we have to talk about that in quarterback meetings, and they have to keep it in the meeting room. You have to talk about the other personnel on your team, and it can't leave the room. But with this guy, he had a lot of confidence in him. He would make the throw down the sideline. This is one of my favorite plays, option routes. And defenses usually draw them up like it's 5 different plays. It's just one play. Not my favorite option route there. I would prefer here that he stems in at him, tries to square him up, buys room away from this guy. All right. So if you describe an option route like, here's two defenders, I go down and turn around right in between them, they both got to break 3 yards to get me. If I go attack this guy and break out away from him, this guy I'm 9 yards away from him. All right. So the idea is to find yourself more room by attacking the leverage of the nearest defender. I think he probably knew he was going inside because of the split safety. They're actually going to 3 cloud. So the guy up top, if it wasn't a tight end, if that's not a tight end, he takes it through for a touchdown. We didn't coach the tight end on that very well. So I can't blame him. It's just the way we coached it. But this should be the guy up top through for a touchdown. It is another nice throw. You can just reach up and catch the ball on my face mask. It makes everything easy. Left, right. Like to see him sit on it more instead of moving. Maybe he had to move because of the penetration on the center. Okay, out of empty again. Now, Dez is a little bit different than other guys. He has a great get off and stride. He seemed to run it maybe 8 to 10 yards, which I was fine with. I feel deeper is better. There he goes behind the linebacker, bends in. They had a good relationship on what they were working at. And a really, again, nice throw, really accurate throw, and a really good job on the option route. And the first part of the option route is great get off. Can't say that enough. It's about great get off.
Coach, we're at time, and I do have a question for you from one of the attendees. Is there a reason why the 2 option routes are run at the same level?
Yeah, it correlates with the quarterback's drop. And I know there's a lot of times where you look at both break in and you say, that doesn't look good. But when the quarterback gets the ball out on time, it works. It does work. There's no question about it. But if we were taking a 5-step drop, then what we could do is choke release the guy, because we have plays where we take a 5-step drop and run the same option route, but the receiver choke releases it, which means he comes off really under control, then accelerates, and then makes his decision. So you have to correlate it up with what you're doing with the quarterback's drop.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate your time. I mean, phenomenal use of video. So glad you shared so much with us, Coach, and hope to have you on here again.
Well, thank you. And you guys can go buy the book and see it all in the book.